Now you're episodes into the new season.
Yeah.
How is the juggling act going? Fatherhood, the marriage, job, murdering people. How's
Yeah,
that going?
it's tough. A lot of sleep deprivation. I think the idea was one thing, but the reality of being a suburban family man and maintaining an allegiance to his dark passenger is for Dexter proving to be pretty daunting. At times overwhelming. At times there are reprieves, but yeah, it's something's got to give.
In this season, the antagonist is John Lithgow. He's playing, I guess, one of the worst serial killers ever. So Dexter develops an obsession with him or a fascination. Is that fair to say?
I think the fascination at the beginning of the season actually belongs to Frank Lundy. FBI agent Lundy is back in town for romantic reasons. Certainly, he holds a torch for Deb, but he's also tracking this serial killer Trinity, who appears to be back in Miami. Dexter is certainly fascinated, and his competitive juices are probably stoked when he hears this guy characterized as the most prolific serial killer ever, or the most successful serial killer to ever get away with it. So yeah, a fascination is born in him as well, and they're on a bit of a collision course right now. We've yet to actually interact, but we're following that story, and of course following Dexter's story too.
At the end of last season, Deb started closing in on Dexter, like putting the pieces together. It feels like that's where the show is headed, to that big confrontation between the two of them.
Right.
The show would change after that discovery. So is that something where you feel like they need to kind of put that off longer, or you put it off too long, the audience is going to get like, come on?
Yeah. I think all those things are in play. I think the possibility of her discovering the truth is one of the fundamental sources of tension in the show, and if that discovery were ever made, that tension would go away. I mean, it would be replaced by a brand new tension, but yeah, it's something we want to be careful with. I mean, as far as the information that she's getting close to now, it's more that she's coming close to potentially discovering that Laura Moser was my biological mother, which wouldn't necessarily sell her on the fact that I was a serial killer, but it certainly would raise some questions when she found out that the ice truck killer was my brother. Maybe Dexter will play dumb if that ever happens. We'll see.
How many seasons do you see the show going on?
Well, we're in the midst of the fourth now, and Showtime is committed to a fifth. Beyond that, I don't know. I do think we have an amazing team of writers on the show who have managed to find ways to create storylines that foster a sense of growth for the character and the characters he's surrounded by. It can't last forever. The show's like a shark; it has to move forward. And if it runs out of things to eat, it's going to die. So we'll see. But I'm really just, as we all are, focused in on telling the story of the fourth season right now.
It was announced at the panel today about an animated prequel series about Dexter. Talk to me about
Yeah,
that.
there are these webisodes that they've come up with, and I've did some voiceover narration for them. The first one I think will focus on Dexter's not his first kill, but the first time he collects a trophy, the first time he discovers that that's a way to commemorate his kills. But yeah, they're animated webisodes that predate the life of the series and give you some sort of backstory.
But Dexter isn't like an adolescent.
Not an adolescent, no.
Okay.
It's probably, when we flash back in the first season and see him kill the nurse, his first kill. It's the things that happen between that and whatever the pilot episode is.
What was your first reaction when you saw the ad campaign for this season?
I thought it was great. It's funny, a little creepy, but not too creepy. The show generally is about walking that razor's edge or that tightrope, and I think the ad campaign does that successfully. That baby was fantastic.